How we're doing today? It's been a long time I did a live show. Long time. We're back. I promise to do more live shows in the coming days and weeks. Let's see how it goes. How you guys doing today? Uh, let's remind all of us, Arsenal fans and other fans, the elephant still on the tree. We are still on top of the league. We are still on top of the league. So that makes it more exciting. Arsenal played yesterday. We won comprehensively against Leeds. Even though the first half was not the best in terms of performance, we upped the tempo in the second half. I'm loving it. Manchester City blew Liverpool aside. They put the pressure on us, and we had to respond. We had to respond, and we responded adequately. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. If you are new to my channel, please do me a favor by subscribing. If you like the content, do not forget to stick a like on the video. Very important for the growth of the channel. Very important for the algorithm. Please do me that favor. Like the ticker is scrolling below. Like, share, and subscribe. So let's discuss some of the results today in the English Premiership. Yesterday's result and today's result. So let's look at the results. So Manchester City started the first game yesterday, early kickoff. Liverpool scored first. I was thinking as an Arsenal fan, maybe an upset is in queue. But unfortunately, Liverpool could not hold themselves together, and Manchester City came from behind and blew them away, especially in the second half, too. The first half was like a sort of a 50-50. Liverpool had their own. Manchester City came back to the game. Manchester City dominated for a while. Liverpool came in. But the second half, once Manchester City equalized, that was the beginning of the end for Liverpool. Liverpool were clueless. They were thoughtless. They had no fight. They had no fight in them. They looked dejected. I've been saying it, even though some people keep on telling us, oh, Liverpool will go on this run for a long time. Liverpool are dead. The midfield is finished. They're not, see, the truth is the truth. There's no how you want to slice it or dice it or relate back to history. Liverpool are just dead in the midfield. Now, will they have some good results sporadically? Definitely they will. The likes of Salah, Firmino, Henderson, they all have games that they will show a glimpse of what they used to be before. But do they have that consistency anymore? No, they can't. It's unfortunate. Don't let the mainstream media, don't let these guys with huge following sell you snake oil or that Liverpool would. Nah. They've been saying it from the beginning of the season. They've been saying it. Look at it. I've never said ignore history in totality. No, but you can't just ignore what's apparent before you. The coffee is before you. Smell it. It's there before you. This is not about hating on Liverpool. These are about being objective. So let's go to the next game. That Bournemouth to Fulham won. That was a late winner for Bournemouth. I didn't really watch the game. I saw a few of the highlights. For me, Bournemouth deserved their victory. Fulham, I don't know what's going on with Fulham. They missed Mitrovic, who was red carded in the FA Cup for that violent conduct by trying to harass the referee. So I guess they missed him yesterday, even though they scored first, but they still lost the game. Arsenal against Leeds. As an Arsenal fan, the first 20 minutes was just annoying me. We're so lethargic and passive. There was a bit of arrogance in our display. And I wasn't liking that because we knew Manchester City had just beaten Liverpool. We need to respond. But for some reason, we were just taking it easy, and Leeds actually made Ramsdale make at least 3 saves in the first half. Ramsdale kept us in the game in the first half. And I was getting annoyed until Jesus won that penalty. I get it. Some people are still debating whether that penalty was soft or not. Was that a penalty? I think you can go and watch my post-match match reaction I made. It's on the channel. I think it's 2 or 3 videos back. You can go watch it there. I think it was a soft penalty, but you can't say it's not a penalty. Can you consider it as a soft one? Yes. Now, I said, if that penalty wasn't given, I will not be up in arms. I understand why, but as it was given, I'll still take it. It's not that it was a blatant non-penalty. Come on, that would be a lot of you being disingenuous. That's your prejudice coming in. I understand you can consider a soft penalty, but you can't say it's a non-penalty. I will not agree with anybody on that kind of narrative. So, second half, Arsenal came out with guns blazing and they blew Leeds away. Fantastic goal by Ben White, making it 2-1, 2-0. Then Jesus scored a third goal, and Xhaka, who is on a rich vein of scoring form, he's scoring goals these days. Xhaka is turning to a goal scoring midfielder, and he added the fourth. And unfortunately, we conceded a solitary goal. There is something about us conceding a goal every time at home. Our defensive record at home is absolutely abysmal. Now, I don't know how we can sort that out. It's not that the goals were overly sloppy, but for some reason, we just seem to concede these sloppy goals, these clumsy goals every time at home. Ramsey should have had more than the clean sheet he has right now if we kept it very, very tight. But unfortunately, we couldn't. Uh the next game, Brighton against Brentford, another interesting game. This was a basketball game in relative terms. 3-3, Brighton, Brentford will score, Brighton will equalize, Brentford will take the lead, Brighton equalize, Brentford will take the lead the third time, and Brighton still equalize the third time. That was a game a lot of you should go and watch. I actually saw the highlight. It was a good game. It was a very, very good game. We know both teams are actually vying for a position in Europe, either in Europa League or they can sneak in, especially Brighton, into the Champions League. I was expecting Brighton to win this game, but we know Brentford on their day, they can be a thorn in anybody's flesh. So they give a good account to themselves, and that match ended in 3-3. Crystal Palace had their first win in this calendar year by beating Leicester. That actually triggered Leicester this morning to sack Brendan Rodgers after 4 years stint at the club. We knew that Brendan Rodgers and Leicester have been struggling for results, especially in the first half of the season. Then they got a few results. They made a few January signings, and their form improved, and they slumped back into losing games that made the hierarchy at Leicester to actually get rid of Brendan Rodgers. So Crystal Palace sacked Vieira before the international what's called the international games where players actually go and represent their countries. A lot of fans were like, why would they do that? Like I can see they brought in Roy Hodgson, the experienced veteran, and in his first game, they've got their first victory in this calendar year. Regardless of what you might think of Vieira, your sentiments towards Vieira, but the results shows that they made the right call, at least for now. Roy Hodgson comes in and they get their first victory in how many games. So you cannot fault the hierarchy at Crystal Palace for the decision they made. And Nottingham Forest won, Wolves won on that interesting game. Then let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea. See, Chelsea is a very, very funny club. Chelsea is a very, very funny club. See, money doesn't guarantee you success. I'm not saying money will not help you get or make success attainable. Money not well spent will actually plummet you into more debt, more chaos, and bring liabilities. That's the story of Chelsea. Over £500 million spent, and they are languishing in 11th. Make that make sense. Over £500 million was spent on the squad. You could argue, were those players quality players or they paid over the odds for those players? I would argue most of those signings, they paid over the odds, thereby inviting pressure on the team, on the manager, and on them, the owners. Like I said in the video I made a while ago. You can check it out. It's in my archives. This is a case of giving authority to a lunatic to head the asylum. I'm sorry. Todd Bowley has a lion's share of the chaos at Chelsea. Let's not misrepresent things. See, these journalists love to misrepresent the truth. We knew Potter was a stooge. He didn't buy most of those players. He didn't endorse the acquisition of most of those players. Those players were bought for Potter. Let's be real. Now, I've never rated Potter. I think he's a decent manager. I don't think he's a manager that was qualified for Chelsea. I don't think so. I don't think Potter was good enough for Chelsea because he didn't have the authority. He didn't have the reins. He has never handled players at that level. For you to just trust him there into a chaotic situation. See, Chelsea were giving us all the briefs and narrative. They're going to, it's a long-term project. They gave a 5-year contract, gave him a very handsome, worthy contract to see. They were trying to paint an image of longevity. We know the Chelsea fans are indulged. We know the Chelsea fans are, I'll call them mini lunatics, because they love to win all the time, thinking they have the divine right, the sole right to win all the time, which is not possible or sustainable. It is not possible for you to win all the time. We knew that this marriage was not going to last between Potter and Chelsea. We knew that most of the players were not going to respect Potter that much because he did not personally request for most of those players. Those players were bought by, how would I call it? By Chelsea and Todd Bowley hating. They saw Arsenal wanted Modric, and Chelsea wanted to flex their financial power. They wanted to flex their financial muscle, and they went and paid over the odds, even though Modric was not going to suit to their system. See, I will never go with the narrative of Modric is a flop. I don't think so. I think it's at the wrong club, and it's being played in the wrong system. It is what it is. There's a comment that says, yeah, let me see. Chelsea, we lose with Real Madrid, King of Europe. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. I don't think, even though them sacking Potter right now will change their fortunes. All this history of when they sack their managers and they bring in a caretaker or another manager, they go ahead and win. I don't think it's going to work this time. I do not think it's going to work this time. Please like the video, Dolan Lopez. Since you are in here, please do me a favor by liking the video. I will really appreciate that. I don't think that will work this time. I don't think Chelsea even know the best formation that will work for them. They are just darting all over the place, hoping something will stick. They are darting, hoping something will stick. Potter chose the wrong job, and unfortunately, it blew right at his face. We are hearing reports and rumors of Nagelsmann is the next person they want. I don't think that will work either. I do not think Nagelsmann will. We know that Chelsea have a history and are very notorious for allowing player power. Real Madrid, Bayern, other notorious clubs who are very notorious about player power. If Nagelsmann is wise, I don't think he should take a Chelsea job. I don't think it is going to work. I don't see Chelsea are a volatile club. Chelsea are a club that enjoy. They get it. Even their fans are used to the thrill of hiring and firing. They love that thrill. So I don't think Nagelsmann is. He might want to go because of the money. You think he might see people always have this arrogance that they can fix everything. I'm not saying you should be ambitious, but being cautiously ambitious should be the thing. Should be the thing. So on the Chelsea case, let's see how that will go. I don't trust that the Todd Bowley and the director of football they've hired, I don't trust them for making the right decision because for me, there are a lot of wrong decisions that have been made that even though you bring a new coach, what's the guarantee the new manager We want to work with the players that they have. They have an overbloated squad already. Already. So let's see how the Chelsea, Panorama, and debacle. Let's see how it's going to go. So, like I said, let's give some kudos to Aston Villa. They played a good game, and they went to Stamford Bridge, and they deserved their victory. West Ham earlier today beat Southampton by a solitary goal. Southampton huffed and puffed, but they couldn't create anything in the final third. So to actually create to actually score, so West Ham deserved their victory. West Ham missed a few chances. At least the victory took West Ham off the relegation perch, which is good for them. Let's see how it goes. Even though personally, I have my own small agenda against West Ham because uh, I know if they get relegated, the price for Declan Rice will be significantly be dropped because this 120 million pounds West Ham hierarchy are placing on him. I think is unrealistic. I think that's too much of an English tax, and I just think if they get relegated, they'll be forced to reduce the price. And we know Declan Rice have made it clear that he wants to go to a bigger club where there's champions. He wants to. He has done his best for West Ham. He wants to jump ship, and let's see how much of that we'll see in the summer. So let's go to the best match in terms of what I enjoyed today. Newcastle beating Manchester United 2-0. That was a good game for me. Like I loved it. The fact that Newcastle dominated Manchester United from start to finish, they deserve their victory. They deserved their victory. Manchester United had no response. They were lethargic. They couldn't string passes together. They were arguing with the referee. They were complaining. We know Bruno Fernandez loves to moan. He was moaning. He was feigning injuries. He was diving, hoping to get a cheeky penalty. Nothing was working. Even Ten Hag was making what our term clown like substitution. Why don't you take both of your center defenders off and bring in one center defender and play three at the back? He was making some weird combinations that wasn't making sense. According to Manchester United fans, he's the most successful ball-headed manager. So what happened today? He was clueless. He was struggling. Rashford looked devoid of ideas today. We already can confirm. We already know Anthony is a bomb. There's no debate about that. He's a bomb. He's a flop. Scamcho, aka Sancho, absolute another bomb in the Manchester United ranks. There was no Casemiro because he's still serving his suspension. We can emphatically say Manchester United is Casemiro FC. Without Casemiro in that midfield, there was nothing, no strength, no creativity, no legs. Nothing was working there. They looked a shadow of themselves today. They look a shadow of themselves. And that is the Manchester United that most of the fans a while ago were actually, they had a temerity, the audacity to say they were actually in the title race, that they could actually usurp Arsenal and win the league. Can you imagine the audacity? This Manchester United, some of the fans thought even Gary Neville, the most delusional Manchester United former player, who is notorious for saying some outlandish nonsense. I've never seen somebody so out of touch with reality. I get it. You want to, what would be the right word? You want to write for Manchester United, but you have to do it with class and objectivity. It's when you work for a seemingly non-biased organization like Sky Sport, I think they are very biased. How come Gary Neville say Manchester United was going to usurp Arsenal? Manchester City was going to win, and Manchester United will be second, Arsenal will be third. Based on what? As in this season, you haven't played better than us. We have won more games than us. You don't have more goals than us. You don't have more points than us. So I couldn't understand why he would be so bold. Even when he made those statements, we were still leading Manchester United. So based on what was he making those statements or those proclamations that Manchester United were actually going to usurp Arsenal? and Arsenal is going to finish a distant third. Very, very incredible things are happening. Incredible. See, the 2-0 loss of Manchester United today actually flattered them. They should have lost by more. Newcastle, if they were wearing their scoring boots, at least 4-0. At least 4-0. See, as I was saying some Twitter argument or why they Ten Hag withdraw Anthony. Anthony was doing his beat. What beats? What match were you watching? Anthony was poor. I get it. There were other players that were piss poor, but Manchester United players today were piss poor across the board. The midfield, the attack, the defense, they were bang average today. Sorry, bang average. They were below average. So let's stop these delusional narratives of Manchester United. Nah. In the land of the blind, the guy with a bit of astigmatism seems to have a bit of sight. No, he's partially blind too. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And see, there is no guarantees that Manchester United will make it to the top four today, this season rather. There is no guarantee. This arrogance, these assurances that the Manchester United faithful are pushing could be wishful thinking. There is a good chance Manchester United will not qualify for top, will not make the Champions League qualification spot. There's a very good chance. Apparently, if we look at the table right now, let's look at the table. Let's look at the table. Moriapo. Manchester United are fourth, even though they've played 2 games lesser than Arsenal, 1 game lesser than Manchester City, 1 game lesser than Spurs. But there's a chance. See, points on the board is better than playing 1 game behind. So do not get your hopes too high. There's a good chance that you will be playing the Europa League next season. There's a very good chance. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I just say there's a good chance. And I'm going to relish it. And I'm going to enjoy it. You know, mathematically, Arsenal cannot and will not. Arsenal, mathematically, Arsenal has actually made the Champions League qualification. Look at it. 72 points. Team buying. Team ta. Moriapo. Mathematically, we actually made the Champions League spot. So look at it. We are leading Manchester United with 22 points. 22 points. Buying. Oh, I'm loving this. I am loving this. I am loving this. Oh, so let's see. With how many more games to go? Less than 10 games to go. Who will make the top 4? And who will not? Let me know in the comment section. So so there's one more game tomorrow. That's Everton against Spurs at the Goodison Park. That should be a tough one. I don't know who's going to win that match. I'll prefer Everton to win that match. But something with me just want Spurs to kind of win so that they can push Manchester United to 5th. At the same time, I do not want Spurs to qualify for the Champions League. So what do I detest the most, Spurs or Manchester United? Yeah, I know I detest Spurs the most, right? Because they are not London rival. But I do not want Manchester United to actually make it to top 4. I want them to be in the Europa League so we can continue the banter. I want them to remain restrained at that point. So, guys, it's been a very, very good welcome back for me doing live. It's been a while I've done live. Expect to see more of this live in the following weeks. Please do me a favor by liking the videos. Make sure you share it and subscribe. Very, very important for the growth of the channel. I appreciate you guys very, 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 very much. I think I'll be leaving it at this junction. Expect me to do a few more live. I'm not sure if I can do a live tomorrow. I will let you know in the community tab, or I will notify you guys if I'm going to do another live tomorrow. Just as if you're an Arsenal fan, keep supporting Arsenal. Hopefully, we can win the Premier League this season. As in, we're almost there. Even though we play Liverpool next week, I'm only fear about that game is holding because I don't trust Holding. I know Holding has been playing well for the last two games, but he's not Saliba, right? And we know our record at Anfield is very wretched. We need our first 11 to actually get a chance to even beat them at Anfield. I don't think it's impossible for us not to beat Liverpool at Anfield, but we need to have our first 11 and we need to play at a high level. And for us to play at a high level, we need our first 11. So let's see how it goes. Uh, Saliba is not totally ruled out for that game, but there's a chance he could play, and there's another chance that he might not play. So it's a 50-50. Let's see as the week progresses, and we will know more about this Saliba issue. So, guys, I'll be leaving you guys on that note. Please do me a favor. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. And I'll see you guys on the next one.